So what is the exact time the tribulation starts? How can we know when that time begins exactly? Well, in order to understand that, we need to go back to the book of Daniel in the Bible, to when he was visited by the angel Gabriel and given a great prophecy that would last 490 years. And in the Bible, I won't get into these details, but that is translated as 70 weeks. Okay? It's basically 490 years. So, Daniel is visited by the angel Gabriel and given a prophecy that lasts 490 years. Now, Gabriel does go on to explain that 483 of those years, at the end of that time, the Messiah Prince will be cut off. Now that's basically Jesus dying on the cross. So there's 7 years left. Okay, so the 483 years are translated in the Bible as 69 weeks. And the 490 years are translated as 70 weeks. So there's 1 week left, which is a 7-year period. That period is the tribulation. Okay? Now, Gabriel said that the start of the 483 years, which is the 69 weeks, that is started as soon as the commandment goes forth to rebuild the second temple. And at the end of the 483 years, the 69 weeks, that ends when the Messiah Prince is cut off. That's obviously Jesus dying on the cross. Now, if you go back in history, that is exactly what happened. In 444 BC, the commandment went forth by King Artaxerxes, and he said that the temple needed to be rebuilt and the city needed to be rebuilt. So from that time, when that commandment went forth from that king up to when Jesus died on the cross, was exactly 483 years. So that part of the prophecy of 490 years has been fulfilled. The last and remaining week still hasn't been fulfilled. The prophecy was put on pause. It's a paused prophecy. Okay, so that time period when Jesus died was paused because Jesus then went up into heaven. Now, the last 7 years is the tribulation. There's much I could go into explaining that, but I'm not going to want to keep this video relatively straightforward and simple. So the last 7 years is yet to come. Okay? So, and that is the tribulation. So how do we know when that 7 years starts? How do we know when the tribulation starts? Well, it's going to be a mirror image of the first time. It's going to be a mirror image of the start of that prophecy. So when the commandment went forth to rebuild the second temple, that's when the first part of the prophecy started, the 483 years, and it ended with Jesus dying on the cross. So in the same way, the prophecy will start again with the building of the third temple. That's how we know when the time of the tribulation starts. It's as soon as the commandment goes forth, not when the temple's built. As soon as the commandment goes forth to build the third temple, the official order, that's when the tribulation period starts. That makes perfect sense because it completely matches how the first part of that prophecy started, and it will end with Jesus, just like the 483 years ended with Jesus dying on the cross. So it will end with Jesus coming back with his saints who have been raptured at the end of the tribulation period. So there you go, it's very simple. So if you want to know when the tribulation starts, it starts as soon as the commandment goes forth to rebuild the third temple. Okay?